thought Fitzroy was a trendy, arty sort of place.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
So you
So I was living down in St Kilda, which was rock and roll territory. Because I'd gone through art school at the VCA, and I just wanted to disassociate myself with all of the art scene. But I ended up coming to Fitzroy and doing bands. My bands played at the Punters Club. That's C, not P. But yeah, we started playing there, performing there, the Sod Club. Every Wednesday night we had a residency, and that was when it was the Moonee Valley Family Hotel. And they had 2-inch thick shake pile carpet in what is now the band room. And you know, piling tables and chairs. And we had to make a stage in the corner out of milk crates.
So the Punters, it's closing down soon? What do you reckon about that?
I don't give a fuck. I've been a barred from there for the last year and a half. Just because I don't fit the upwardly mobile Fitzroy look. The look. You know, so the only thing I'm sad about it is that one of their long-term residents upstairs, Mr. Manny, is going to have to find other accommodation now.
He's been up there for 20 years?
Oh, years.
So what do you reckon they'll do with it?
That's quite profoundly. It's been called Country Road. You know, it's amazing how many pubs around here have been sold in the last month or so. You know, the Rose, the Tote, down O'Connell, well, officially down O'Connell's Carlton, and the Royal Derby's just been sold again.
So who's buying them? Like corporations or shit like that?
Capitalists. Well, no, I shouldn't say that, no. Because most of the people that have taken over the pubs are going to keep them the same.
So what other things do you do or identify with in Fitzroy that you think's either good or fucked up or...
What do I do? Well, I do my chalking. Do advertising for the Dan. But that's been sold, so I don't know whether the new owners want me to. That little shithead.
Going up all day.
He hasn't even got a crash helmet on.
So who bought the Dan?
A couple of locals.
Oh, okay.
But and I think they're going to keep the poultry on Saturdays.
Yeah.
I started that 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And
So you were talking about this corner here before?
oh, Kerr Street, yeah. That used to be a good place. And I don't know actually who vandalized the seats.
Yeah.
Whether it was this fucking doof clothing shop or Zambuku.
Yeah.
But yeah, we used to gather there for years on the corner.
Yeah.
And we'd bust poetry, play music, drink.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what the thing was, that we looked after that corner.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody fucked up, whether having a fight or somebody smashing their bottle or whatever, or pissing, you know, we'd take care of them. You know, we'd say, you can't do it here, you know, put your bottle in the fucking bin.
Yeah.
And
so you reckon?
yeah, for years it was great.
Yeah. So you reckon some of the shop owners didn't like people hanging around? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It was an act of sabotage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely. So, and I mean, now look at it. You've got advertising.
Fake graffiti.
Well, a friend of mine was painting a mural of all the local characters.
Yeah.
And for some reason, they said, oh, you can't finish it. So they got some graffiti artists to graffiti over it.
Yeah.
And we had a turnout one afternoon.
Yeah.
And we reclaimed the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Reclaim the seats.
Yeah. And, well, they were gone.
Yeah.
But, fucking little shithead came in again. Is he on a suicide mission or what? Where's the cops when you need them? But anyhow, so they painted over Paul Redbeard's painting.
Yeah.
Of Maria and myself and a whole lot of shopkeepers and buskers and performers and everybody.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, me and Ashlam, who was doing the DJ, we graffitied over. Oh, Greg. We graffitied over the top. Bring back the people. You know? Or I misspelled it and it was fringe. You know, which rhymes with fringe. So they've only, and that graffiti was there for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And they've only just repainted over it.
Yeah.
But they're fucking morons.
Do you think that's a sign of a bigger trend in Fitzroy? Like it's becoming yuppified, gentrified?
Oh, put it this way,
What do you want to call it?
I call it Little Chapel Street.
Yeah.
Or Chapel Street impersonated.
Yeah.
Because You know, all of these machines are only interested in fashion and cafe lattes.
Yeah.
And you should check it out on Sundays. The cafe latte bikers. Oh, got it. They ride down here on their $25,000-$50,000 Harleys and park around, or just pose up and down the street.
Yeah.
You know, the fucking accountants or bankers or something during the week.
Yeah.
But on Sundays, on the weekends, they put on their lenses and ride their ass down the road.
So, what do you think of the good things about Fitzroy? Why do you stick around at Fitzroy? What do you like about the job?
Because there's still some beautiful people there. Like Tess. Yeah. There's still a few good locals around.
Yeah.
You won't find us on chats. A real chats.
Yeah, well, I used to live in Paran too.
Yeah.
In the early 80s.
When that was going on. Yeah.
Yeah. From Paran, I went to St Kilda, then to Richmond, then to Abbotsford. I know, I was... No, after Richmond, I spent a year over in the States in Scotland.
Yeah.
Then came back to Abbotsford.
Yeah.
And it just seems... And then I was homeless for a while.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine was telling me yesterday about a book called Catch-22. How this American Indian,
Yeah.
and all of his tribe would go from one place to another, and all of the white oil drillers, oil moguls, whatever, would follow them because each place they went to struck Texas gold. Oh no, Texas tea.
Yeah.
Oil. Yeah. Texas tea. And he was like, you're just like that. Every suburb you've lived in,
Yeah.
you know, you've moved out just as it was going. So maybe they followed me.
Well, why do you reckon the yuppies or the money's moving into the area? Why do you think they come to
Well, look,
Fitzroy?
I've been to a lot of places: London, New York,
Yeah.
LA, San Francisco.
Yeah.
So many places. They start off as Mr. Eric. All right, Larry. They start off as being cheap rental places,
Yeah.
run down,
Yeah.
you know, and usually in a city,
Yeah.
and the artists, poets, musos, and
Yeah.
everybody else move
Yeah.
because it is cheap rent,
Yeah.
and because they are creative,
Yeah.
they need an outlet.
Yeah.
So they start up with a bar, performance space, a gallery or two, you know. And after a couple of years, It's the Bohemian Quarter. You know, all the tourists go there because that's where all of the Bohemians are. But as you can see by the decline of this fucking street, all of the Bohemians, all of the artists, poets, musicians, buskers, locals, everybody has just about moved out.
Yeah.
Because the rents have gone.
Yeah.
So all you get now is tourists.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So the people that move in looking for something actually kill the culture.
Yeah.
Don't put
Oh, for sure.
don't put nothing back in.
No, they just take.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're only interested in food and fashion.
Yeah.